I don't know if you can hear that drilling sound, but they're doing construction outside my window, so that's fun. Let's get started. I'm gonna get my makeup today for the everyday, just getting out of the house. So I prep my skin with a primer, and I use the YSL primer. I already did that, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my base on, which is the Bare Minerals. It's the Pecan 18 shade. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that on my hand. I usually like to apply it with a brush, so I'm gonna go and find that brush in a second and come back. So I'm gonna blend that in. It's a very patient game, makeup. It's like, I'm usually in a hurry, so every time I do this in a hurry, I don't really get to enjoy it. And it's really meant to be a slow process. So like, you need to get every corner, you need to be blending really well, and you need to really put in the effort and time. So you can see right under here is when we really need to be blending. I didn't put a lot of product, but it's high coverage, the Bare Minerals one. So I love this one, and I also love the Sephora brand, and I have it in Sand 30. Okay, so you want to get around this corner right here in the nose. I get super red in the winter. I don't know if anybody has a solution for my redness, but I get super red.
I think we're pretty much done with the base. Okay. And you can see like full coverage, like it looks pretty smooth, filtered out. And you need to also get your neck in there too, but I'm wearing a turtleneck, so it's hard to get in there. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead
And put the Bare Minerals shade Light as a concealer. I'm gonna do a little bit on the nose, a little bit above the eyebrow, a little bit under the chin. And then I go ahead and put the Marc Jacobs concealer, but this is for contouring, and it's in the shade Accomplice. I want to draw a straight line as much as you can. It doesn't really matter because we're gonna go smudge that out anyway. So I take this huge brush so that I can blend everything out for the contouring, but first for the under eye, I use a sponge. I usually wet it actually, but I forgot that step. You can wet it. I also put it in the eye. It makes you look rested. And then I take this big fluffy brush. It's really soft and round, so I can you always want to go in an upward then whatever isn't connected, I can smudge it in. Don't worry about if it's too hard on the eyes, because you're gonna blend it out. It's not meant to look amazing from the beginning. Okay. Then I go ahead and take this brush, it's number 19, and kind of go over the contour a little bit more. Forgive the drilling. It's an ongoing process over here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more of that concealer. Okay. And you can see there's like a bit of discoloration here, but worry not, we haven't finished yet. Okay, so what I like to do now is I like to deal with the powder, because that sort of sets everything. So I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I take a big brush, 59, number 59 from Sephora, and sort of go over anywhere I would get oily, because I'm very, very oily, especially on camera and like for shows, for under the lights. You want to be oil free. So I put that on my forehead as well. And if you want your shadow to set in a little bit more, you can also put some on your eyelid. I love this powder, so nice. It feels like you're not having anything on, honestly. See how long it takes to just do the base? Like, I feel like the base is the most important for a canvas, because it's like, it's a canvas. You need a solid base. Clear, clean. I'm very lucky with my skin actually, because I don't have a lot of breakouts. So if you're one of those people that break out, I would say put some concealer on the dots that are red, and then blend it in before you put your foundation on. So then we have to do, what do we have to do? Brows. I like to brush them out, and I have the Anastasia brow pencil, and that is in shape taupe. Okay. And then just try to follow the natural arch of your eyebrow, because yeah, it's, your shape is like super important. So if you don't know how to do your shape, probably go to a professional, because a professional helped me get my shape long time ago. I think I was in the Anastasia offices in LA. They shaped my eyebrows for me, and ever since I've been doing it myself. So fill it out. It's a long process, I know. Feather-like movements. like to extend out. What I would normally do is I would go a little bit further out, but this is for every day, so you don't need to do that. You can brush them again. You can also use a clear gel, a brow gel. I have the Anastasia clear brow gel. For them to sort of sit still. And this gives you a more natural, bushy look. I guess if you're going for that. Now I'd like to do my blush. That's what I would like to do. So actually no, my bronzer. What am I saying? My bronzer. So I have the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. It looks like this. It's well loved, as you can see. Sorry for all those weird noises, by the way. It's New York apartments. You like to go on the corners, up here. Start from your cheek and work your way up. On the temple, your face, you want to get in there. So it's kind of like a contouring effect. Okay. Blending is the most important thing, honestly. Okay, it's starting to look like something, right? Then I have my blush, which is a little bit of a peachy brown blush called Lovejoy. It's a little bit intense, I would say, but I love blush, so it's got a little bit of a sparkle in it. It's called, yeah, Lovejoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush, tap it in. See, it's a little bit intense. I love blush more than anything, so you can go with something lighter. If this is too much for you, you can definitely go with something lighter. But I love blush, so that's that. That's set. And now for highlighter, I use the Huda Beauty palette. It's got those shades. Don't look at this one. I just cleaned this one and I didn't know how to clean it, so I just smudged it over. But I'm gonna go with the gold right here. So I'm gonna take my brush, it's like angled, tap. This is a lot for every day for some people, but I love a good glow up. And what I like to do is take a little bit on my ring finger and place it on my nose like this and above my lip. So it's a little bit more glowy. Okay, so we are ready. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, but yes. So now we're ready for the eyes. Ready for the eyes. The eyes are the mirrors of the soul. So you need your eyes to pop and you need your eyes to be incredible. You don't have to do anything crazy to your eyes. I was never a person that knew how to do my eyes, so I learned everything I know from people that I saw, like on Broadway. I watched a lot of the dancers get their makeup on, or when I was modeling, I would see the other models, what they were doing, so I was kind of copying everything that I would see from a young age, and then I sort of grew on that. I started like seeing what works for my eye. I kind of have very small eyelid. I don't know if you can see, but the distance between the eyebrow and the eyelashes is not that big. So I don't have a big canvas to play with. So I need to know what I'm doing. This is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. And I'm gonna go with this brush, the large one. I'm gonna go with the lightest color, Tempera. I'm gonna just apply that in a circular motion on the crease. Okay. The other eye. I think that's done. And now I'm gonna take, Sienna right here. And go a little bit further out. Start blending that in. The blend is actually the most important thing. So, Sienna, again, apply that on, and then bring it in, sort of circular motions. Focusing more on the end of the eye rather than the front. Blend that in. And I have a little bit of fallout, but okay. Yeah, I have a little bit of fallout. So after this, I take the other side of the brush, tap in on Sienna again, and go underneath the eye to blend that in. Now the other eye. You always want to do an upward motion from underneath. So that is now connected. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm gonna put a little bit of my eye primer on the first part of the lid. Tap it in. so that it can have a clean canvas again. Just half the eye. And you need to blend that in with a brush probably. Or with your finger, whatever is easier for you. I like to use my fingers on the eye because I feel like sometimes you cannot get the same effect with the brushes. So after I've applied the primer, I want to do something like a little bit shimmery, but maybe I'm gonna go for the glistening, which is this one. Glistening is that one. And I'm gonna use the same finger. He's like a, kind of like a goldy, and put it on top of the lid where we applied the primer. On both eyes. And now I have to mix those two together with this side for a better blend. Okay, and now I'm gonna take this brush, it's like a small roundy brush, and I'm gonna tap it on Fairy, which is the color right underneath. And I'm gonna put a little bit right here and the front of my eye. I think it gives it more like a pop effect. Makes you look like whiter, like more awake. I just love shimmery stuff, so this isn't for everybody to have for their everyday look, but for me I just feel like it gives me like a wide awake look, you know? Also, you can do this underline much softer, like, or not at all, if you don't want an under eye effect. So you can smudge that out a little bit better. And you can also apply with another brush, another flat brush, more of the Tempera color, which was the softest one in the palette, to give it more of an effect of like, it's not like so smoky anymore. And now you can see it's not as harsh as it was before. I'm gonna reapply my concealer afterwards. Don't worry about that or any fallout. Let's see. After that, I like to go ahead and do my lips before I finish the eyes, but before, for this purpose of this video, I'm gonna finish the eye because many people like to see the finished product of the eye. So I have an Urban Decay pencil. It's in the shade Rockstar, and I'm gonna start putting it inside the waterline. Gives it a little bit of an extra, like an extra push, I feel, which I like. And it's not black, so it's not harsh. It's for everyday, you know, and we can smudge that out. And I'm gonna apply a little bit at the top as well, as close to the eyelid as possible. I'm not gonna draw it out too much because I want to smudge it in. Do the same thing here. You notice how like one eye sometimes is better than the other? It's because your hand can do one eye better than the other. It's so weird. Okay, so now I can smudge it in with this contouring, contouring pencil and then brush. This like smudges it all the way. And now our finish is like much softer than this. I like to pull my eye through so I can see better. And try not to go over the front part of your eye because then everything gets smudged together. So we don't want that. So after that, I would say I also personally love when there's a bit of shimmer and underneath like this part of the eyelid. So I like to put a little bit of highlighter. So from this palette, I like to go ahead with the white. It's sort of like, it's called Santorini. Santorini, παιδιά, η Ελλάδα είναι παντού. Okay, so I take my little pinky finger, dip it in. Your hands gotta be clean for this. And I apply it right underneath. To differentiate the shadow from the rest. So put it in the other one as well. And if you want, this only if, you can also take a small piece and put it right in the middle of your eyelid for like a shimmering effect, I guess. I like to play with highlighter a lot, even as a shadow, eyeshadow, because I think shimmering in small doses is incredible. Especially like in camera angles, like when the shimmer, you see like how the shimmer catches the attention, but it's subtle, it's not crazy. And what was I gonna do? Oh yes, I need to reapply a bit of the eyebrow because shimmer got a little bit in there. So we wanna make it so the only thing that's left is mascara. I love this mascara with a passion. It's the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara. This is insane. It's amazing. It will take your eye game on a new level. It doesn't leave any residue and it doesn't like stay on the lid. And it's very buildable, so you can go back and reapply. You see how the difference between my eyes, like huge difference. Also, if you're looking for like more of a glam, soft glam, you can do a little bit under eye. Try to have your lashes move outward. That elongates your eyes. And it makes it more cat-like. I think I'm good with mascara. Maybe I'm gonna reapply something right after I finish with the lip. Now for the lip, always make sure that you have a little bit of Vaseline or like a lip balm. I like to use this one. It's the MAC pencil called Whirl. And I go underneath. Right underneath. And then on top, I follow the shape of my lip and go slightly above. You want to go a little bit slightly above to like make it a little bit more, it seems like you have fillers, but you don't. So kind of go above and follow the natural shape of your lip. And then draw it in. Same underneath. And I like to also do a little bit of that effect, darkening effect. Like, it totally makes you look like you have Angelina Jolie lips. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply Girls Trip. This is the Huda lipstick. I live with this. Like, I don't need anything else. I'm gonna head apply that. Oh my God, there's dust from all this construction outside. Okay. It's very subtle. It's like a nude lip. If you want, you can go a little bit darker. This is like more pinkish honeymoon, it's called, and it looks like this. See the difference? This is lighter. This is more like pink, but still nude. It's not very flashy. If you want, you can apply gloss. I don't prefer to go for a gloss in my everyday. I usually do that at night. Or this Huda, again, Huda, I'm obsessed. Seductress. It's a lip balm with diamonds, if you can see. Let's apply a little bit of that, see what it looks like. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's so soft. It's a lip balm. Wow. Okay, I'm sold. This is like a light shimmer. It's not a gloss. It's a light shimmer and it's got a little bit of crystals. I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely got some shimmer effect. And I'm definitely rebuying this. I just got this as a gift because I bought so much stuff from Huda and they were so nice. Like, their team, her team is amazing. She sent me this and a lip kit contouring called Heartbreaker, the shade Heartbreaker. I'm obsessed. So like, those two were extra. I'm definitely gonna be buying this again. It's called Seductress, okay? So it's the lip balm with diamonds. And now, I think we're done. If you want, you can apply a little bit of more powder to take out some of the shine. But you can also just run through with your brush and then we have the setting spray. I use Evian water, just like normal water. Woo! I feel like a new woman. And this is the final look. You can put your hair in the front. You can do like all the femme fatale tricks, you know, fluff your hair and just like let it fall naturally. And this is it. This is the everyday glam.